Hi, Dean Craig from C2 Solutions here. We're focused on helping you automate, systemize and innovate your business using cloud solutions. Today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite tools. It's Asana. It's an internal task-based system you can use for managing all the tasks in your business, but there's some really great keyboard shortcuts you can use to make it even better. Now, Asana have done a great job at making an intuitive tool very easy to use using your mouse, but there's some keyboard shortcuts that give you extra functionality or make it easier to do some tasks, and if you know them you can be much more efficient in it. So today we're going to show you some of those tips, and I think you'll be surprised by one or two little tricks in there that you can use as well. So we hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through Asana and some of the shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts you can use in it. So Asana is very, very quick to use, but it's even faster if you know some of the keyboard shortcuts. There's quite a few of them. We won't run through all of them. I'll just go through some of the ones I use the most, and you can explore the rest on your own. So if you go into your browser and type in Asana and then keyboard shortcuts like that, you'll find it in Google. It's one of the first ones on the list here, okay? And there's a whole bunch. You get the Windows and Mac version of all the shortcuts down there, okay? So we'll go through several of those today. At the top also there's rich text formatting, so I can show you how to do some rich text formatting, which I'll show you. There's emojis if you want. I don't really use those much, probably just a smiley face. And there's also mentioning, which I'll show you how to do mentioning as well. If you just go back, there is also a nice cheat sheet you can download, okay? If you want to go and print that out. But it's not really necessary, because one of the best ones and the first ones you should learn is when you're in Asana, if you push Control and /, you can get all the shortcut keys there and just refer to them, okay? So very, very handy to kind of look at that. So some of the standard quick ones is when you're just adding a task for the first time. If you're at the start of a line and push Enter, you'll get a task above. If you're at the end of a line and push Enter, you'll get a task below. That's really nice. But you can also go Tab Q, which will bring up the quick task add screen, okay? The other nice feature is being able to search for things really easily. So tab /, okay, will bring up the search field. Don't get that confused with Control /, which we showed you before, brings up the shortcuts, okay? So that's just some things on adding tasks. Another little trick is if on the end of it you put a colon, it'll turn it into a heading, okay? So just adding that colon at the end is how you create a heading. Headings are really, really great for breaking up your list into things, okay? So you can just do that and you start to break your list out into sections, okay? So that's a nice little one I use all the time. Now, you'll see here I just deleted some very, very quickly. I use this one all the time. You might write something and need to delete it. If you just go Tab and then \, it'll delete that task. So you can't see that there because there's a few of them. So on this one I can go Tab and \. But you can also do a bunch of them. So if you've written out a bunch of tasks like that, okay, so at that point I'm just typing the keyboard and hitting Enter every time. That's how I did them so quickly. But you can click and hold down Shift, and you can select a whole bunch at once, okay, like that, and then you can go Tab Delete and that'll delete all of them, okay? So that's how you multi-select. I'll just put in a whole bunch of tasks again. So that was using Shift, so you click the top one, hold down Shift, and then click the bottom one. That's multi-select. If you want to do individual select, you click one and then hold down Control, and you can select multiple different ones. So you see there's spacing out there, okay? And then to delete again, we're doing Tab \, and that deletes those ones out, okay? So those ones I use all the time. Another common one in this context is to assign a task to yourself. So Tab M, and there you go, I've assigned it to myself. Naturally, you can also create the due date, which is Tab D, okay? So jump to that section, and you can also add followers, which is Tab F, okay, down the bottom down here. And Tab P will assign the projects. Tab P, you can then assign what project is in up with that, okay? So those ones are nice, quick, easy ones to do. If you want to change the order, this is a good one. If like you're doing an ordered list, like a checklist, and you want to change the order, if you hold down Control, you can move something down and up a list. So using the arrow up and down keys, you can move it down, up and down like that. Okay, so that's a nice one. Now naturally in Windows and in Mac, but you can copy and paste. You can do the same with this. So I can select this one, go Control C, and then go Control V. Oops. Go down to a new line, go Control V. It'll paste that task. So I can go up here, go copy, and then paste it there. So it's a really nice way of just copying and pasting the task. So all of those ones work within a project or within the task view, okay? There's a couple others that work when you're in the My Tasks. So if you go over to here and you have a task in there under New Task, so I'm just going to pick this test task. You can change whether it's going to appear in, you can sort basically your day into today, later, and upcoming. So you see today, later, and upcoming. So it allows you to prioritize what your focus is for the day. So under here, there's a couple others that work. So doing today is Tab Y, and that'll shift down into the Today section down here. Okay, so that'll be down here somewhere there, okay. And if I go Tab Later, that shifts it down into the Later section, okay, which is under here. So there it is there. Okay, or I can go click on it and go Tab U, and it'll shift into the Upcoming section. Okay, so that's a way of prioritizing it. Tab Y today, Tab U, and Tab L. Okay, so that's one that works only in the My Task section. Now here's another set of ones that only work within the inbox. So if you go to the inbox, okay, you can work through your task list here. So you can, the common ones you use is you can follow or unfollow. So clicking F will unfollow that. Okay, and clicking F will follow it again. I is to archive it. It's basically say you've read it. So you'll use I a lot in this. Okay, so you can go, yep, I've done that one and I've done that one. Okay, so very quick to kind of move through that. You can push H to show the archive. Sorry, S to show the archive, sorry, and H to go back to the inbox. Okay, so those ones just allow you to flick between there, but you'll use I a lot in that one, going through that one. Now the other really good one is, and you'll use these a lot once you understand them and see them, is you can start to do text formatting in here. And this is really, really handy to create structured content when you're going through and working within it. Okay, so typically I used to write things out like this, but you're like, well, I want bullet points. Okay, so if you hold down Control, Shift, and 7, you start getting bullet points. And doing Control and square bracket, you can indent. Okay, and then the square bracket the other way, you can pull it back. Okay, so it's really nice. You can also do, sorry, that's numbering, not bullet points, but Control, Shift, and 8 does bullets. Okay, and again, you can indent if you want to. Okay, Control B, if you select something, Control B will bold, I will italics, and U will underline it. Okay, so those are very consistent with the, you know, what you'd use on Windows and on Mac. There's only a couple more I want to show you, so we'll just delete all that just so I can focus on this bottom bit. So here I've got subtasks. So subtasks, you know, you add by clicking here, and that, well, let's just delete them all. Okay, so we'll delete them all. If you had no subtasks, you can add them by clicking here and starting to type, okay? But you can also do it by going Tab S, and that will add in to there. The other nice one is tagging, so that's Tab T, and you can say that's a priority 1 or something like that. Okay, so tagging's Tab T. The other one I want to show you is how to complete a task. So you might be within this task. Okay, we'll go inside that one. Okay, and you go, I want to complete that one. You just need to go Control Enter, and it'll mark it as completed. Now there's a catch here. You need to be very careful. I'll just uncomplete that one. Okay, and go back. If you're in a parent task and it's got subtasks, if I am here, okay, and I go Control Enter, it's going to close off the parent task. Okay, so just make sure what task you're in when you do that. You'll kind of pick up when you're doing it if you've hit the wrong one. Okay, but you can always just hit it again and it'll undo it as well. Okay, so that's a whole bunch of keyboard shortcuts that you can use. Oh, the last one is worth mentioning. Tab C jumps down to comments. Okay, so you can be commenting in there, and this is a very, very handy one, is mentioning. If you go at, you can actually mention anything in here. So I might pick a person, and mention them, and that'll make it appear in their inbox for them, okay? And you can type something about them. But you can also mention anything else that may be a particular task, or it could be a project, okay? So you can mention a project in there, okay? And that's a client project we have. So you can basically do any type of mentioning there. You can also do mention of tasks as well. So it's really kind of good to make reference to any other thing within your Asana for other people to be able to click and jump over to that very quickly. So that's a whole bunch of shortcuts in Asana. Just remember, Control / will bring them up, and there's a few more I didn't go through there, but you can go through and play with them. If you start to use them, you'll find it's a very, very efficient way of navigating and moving around in Asana. Hope you like it. Let us know if you have any questions. So we hope you enjoyed that tech tip from C2 Solutions. Be sure to give the video a like to give it a bit of a boost. If you'd like to get future updates, be sure to subscribe. You'll find the link below or on our mailing list, and share it with your friends and colleagues. We look forward to seeing you next time.